Have you ever felt like life has become dull, like the spark of joy has dimmed, and even your faith seems distant? Boredom creeps into our hearts when we lose sight of God's purpose in the ordinary moments. It is in those quiet, uneventful times that the enemy whispers, "Nothing matters." But the truth is, every breath you take matters to God. Our verse for today is Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatever your hand finds to do it with your might, for there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. This verse may sound blunt, but it is full of urgency, meaning, and hope. The writer is telling us that life is not meant to be wasted in idleness or dullness, but filled with passion for the Lord in all we do. When we look at the context of Ecclesiastes, Solomon is reflecting on the brevity of life under the sun. He acknowledges the fleeting nature of days, the inevitability of death, and the emptiness of chasing meaningless things. Yet in the middle of this realism, he points us toward living fully and faithfully in the time God has given us. Boredom can feel like a small thing, but it can lead to spiritual dryness if left unchecked. When you live each day half asleep, forgetting the urgency of eternity, you lose the fire that God desires for His children. Solomon reminds us that our hands, our work, and our actions are opportunities to glorify God before our time runs out. Think about it. Whatever your hand finds to do it with your might. This doesn't mean only big achievements, ministry platforms, or dramatic acts of faith. It means sweeping the floor with gratitude, speaking kindly to a stranger, studying with diligence, or praying with persistence. Every task becomes sacred when offered to God. One reason boredom thrives is that we separate the sacred from the ordinary. We think church is holy, but our desk job is dull. We think Sunday worship is meaningful, but folding laundry is empty. God is telling us through this verse that everything you do can be done with His presence and His glory in mind. The grave is mentioned in this verse as a sobering reminder. Time runs out. For there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. Once life ends, the opportunities to honor God through your daily actions are gone. That truth should shake us awake from boredom and move us into passion. Boredom often comes when we focus too much on ourselves. We think, what do I feel like doing? What excites me? What makes me happy? But when you shift your heart to ask, how can I glorify God with this moment? How can I serve someone else today? Suddenly, the dull becomes divine. There is power in wholeheartedness. Solomon says, do it with your might. Half-hearted living will always feel boring because it lacks passion and purpose. God calls us to put our full energy, our creativity, our strength, and our joy into the moments He places before us. Maybe today you feel stuck in routine, like nothing you do matters. That is a lie the enemy wants you to believe. The truth is, God delights in your faithfulness in the small things, and He rewards those who are diligent with what He places in their hands. Boredom can become a doorway to sin if we let it linger. A restless heart looks for counterfeit excitement when it should be anchored in Christ. But when we embrace this verse, boredom becomes a signal not to drift, but to press into God's will with renewed energy. Ask yourself, what has God placed in my hand today? Maybe it's caring for your family, serving your church, or faithfully showing up at work. Whatever it is, God says, don't just do it. Do it with all your might, because eternity is closer than we realize. Life is not meaningless, even when it feels slow and repetitive. Life is an assignment, a gift, and a chance to shine for Jesus Christ in both the extraordinary and the ordinary. Boredom fades when you understand your purpose, to glorify God with every breath. So today, fight boredom not with distraction, but with devotion. Look at your hands, look at your tasks, and say, Lord, I will do this with my whole heart for you. When you live this way, your days will no longer feel empty. They will overflow with eternal purpose. Let this truth stir you today to reject boredom and embrace the calling to live fully for God. Every moment matters because every moment can bring Him glory.